Broadcasting live from the Business RadioX studios in Atlanta, Georgia, it's time for GWBC Radio's Open for Business. Now, here's your host.
Lee Cantor here, another episode of GWBC Open for Business, and this is going to be a good one. Today on the show, we have Dr. Sabina Prempeh-Arbuah. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, Lee. I appreciate it.
I'm so excited to learn about your consultancy, Sabine DuPain Consults. Can you tell us a little bit about how you got into the consulting business?
Okay. Yes. Sabine DuPain Consults. Yes, that is my business, as you've rightly said. I have over 18 years experience within the corporate space. I have been, my background, I'll just give you a little bit of that, and that should help give you some information. So I spent about I would say maybe amongst those 18 years, first 8 years in consulting, strictly consulting with one of the big 4 consulting companies in the world. And my focus there was FP&A, which is financial planning and analysis, business strategy, working on projects and financial management, project controls, and along those lines, just managing client projects that we had, making sure that the business sense, the business health, whatever work was being done, there was going to be, to the benefit, of course, to the consulting company, that we were going to make profits, that expenses and everything were on track, and just setting in place controls to have a better financial model, right? And so spent 8 years within that space. And after that, I would say 6 years of that still within FP&A and strategy. I moved into industry where I was doing a lot of corporate management and working with digital media companies, and again, managing the overall financial picture of the different portfolios that they had, which they were strictly for sales. And then spent 5 years, in the last 5 years, and that's where I currently am, working within information technology, still doing some FP&A, but focusing more on modeling, cost modeling, making sure that I've been working with technology teams, working on technology migrations, when there are new products and new system upgrades, doing business modeling, and doing some creative scenario analysis to, create our best case scenarios, see, okay, this new technology we want to bring in, how is that going to benefit our business? Is it going to be over the next 5 years? What's our outlook? What do we project? Is it going to be to benefit us? Is it going to be a loss? Do we need to stick with the current systems and maybe just make a few tweaks, or do we upgrade altogether? So those type of things. And along those lines, I'm also a certified agile coach. So I have trained from vice presidents to different teammates on the agile methodology, help them to pivot, because that is really the new way of managing like product development. So that's a bit about what I've been working on. And that's why, and I've always loved helping people. So, and to answer your question, that's why in consulting, and that's why we have Sabine DuPain Consults.
Now, in your past experience, were you working mostly with kind of larger enterprise level organizations?
Yes. Larger enterprises, but I'm open. I work with small enterprises too. I talk to people who have startups. I believe everyone has to start from somewhere. So I'm passionate about just sharing my knowledge, because I believe many times people are just not informed. They're not sure. They're not sure what steps to take and what is the path to success, right? And in the corporate world, in a successful business. So I do that. So that is my passion. But I would also like to add, in addition to that, I'm also a certified life coach. So this is like, I would say, soft skills of what I do in the business world, where I coach on everything from, life goals, career development, resume, whether it's resume writing, if it's just achieving your goals, because I'm also a motivational speaker. So that is like on the other side of the business consulting. I offer life coaching.
So for like an entrepreneur that might be growing their business, you might be able to help them with some of the financial management based on your experience, and maybe they're struggling in a business area, you might be able to advise them there. But also if they're struggling maybe with work-life balance or things like that, you might be able to help them there as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I love to do it because that's the biggest challenge, especially with, like smaller businesses, like just finding a way to have that balance, finding a way to draw boundaries. And then I would say, being that I'm a certified Agile coach as well, I bring that perspective too, because I believe that also applies to everything. Many times people might think, oh yeah, I can do this. You may be a small business and you really don't have the capacity to take on maybe this big project. It may be more money, but you might just crash. So then if that happens, you lose a client and, it's a loss for everyone. So yes, I apply those skill sets in all those aspects as you pointed out. So
right now, who is kind of your ideal client? Who are you looking to serve right now?
My ideal client, I'm pretty open, actually. I'm pretty open, small business, large enterprises, but I know I also like to help other women businesses because also, I'm a female entrepreneur, because I know we have that challenge of being a career woman and, running a business and at the same time having other obligations. So I'm open to, I love helping, I keep it open. I love to help people, but I would say if I'm looking to really help someone start off, I would love to help women businesses or just small businesses in general and to build up.
What's the problem that they're having? What's the challenge that they're facing right now where you're a good fit to help them kind of get past it and maybe thrive and get to a new level?
Yeah. So what I've seen is just, first of all, just having a plan. Usually, a lot of people I've consulted with, and because I would say I love numbers, I work a lot with numbers. Many times people have a vision, they have what they want to do, but they need guidance. They need help to be able to plan it out. It's like, okay, this is your big goal. I know this is what you want to do, but how we need to draw out a plan of how you will execute. And what I've found is that is usually the challenge. So they just start and you just throw things to the wall and try to see what's going to stick. You're like, oh, let me do this. No, you have to build from somewhere. You have to draw up the vision. I help you put out a roadmap. I say, okay, let's break this down. This is your goal. Let's talk about how long we think we can attain this. Is this going to be maybe the next, 9 months? And if it is, well, let's look at what we can accomplish within 6 months. We need to break it down. Let's break it down all the way to what we can do within the next 2 weeks, within the next month, and then build up from there. So I help you draw the picture. First, we build it from bottom up, and also give you that bird's eye view where you can see, okay, this is our goal, and this is how we are going to work towards achieving that goal.
So how do you typically work with your clients? Is it one-on-one coaching? Do you have courses? Do you have webinars? Like, what is the way that you coach and teach your folks?
Yes. So I love the one-on-ones, but I'm also, it's a great question you just asked, because I'm actually, we're in the process of launching some courses, and that's within Agile methodologies. One of it is called Agile Simplified, the Agile ABCs. A lot of people hear Agile and they're like, what is that? And so we'll be launching a course soon, and it's going to be a webinar where we'll teach just the basics of Agile and how it can be applied in every business. So that's one. The Agile ABCs is one. I have within the space of life coaching, there's actually a course we have out, and it's on dreams. That's within like that whole life goal space. And there are more group sessions that we are willing and open to do once we have people looking for settings. But I'm sorry, people looking for, it's like, hey, I have a group. Can you do this for us? We do that as well. I would share my website would be a great place to start. It's sabinacoaches.com, sabinacoaches.com. And we also have an academy, sabinacoachesacademy.com. And we will be putting in, sharing more of different programs that we have coming up right there. But I always advise everybody to start off at our website, because once you join our mailing list, we let you know new courses we have. You could sign up for coaching and whether it's one-on-one sessions or group sessions. So
that website is sabinacoaches.com, sabinacoaches.com.
Absolutely. sabinacoaches.com. You got it.
And then you mentioned earlier, but we haven't really discussed it, you also work as a motivational speaker. Can you talk a little bit about how that came about? Because that's exciting.
Yes. So it's funny because I guess to me, I was like, I just like to just talk. And it's funny. One of my mentors told me, he's like, Savannah, you encourage, you're just good at it. You just love to, you have a gift. You just like to encourage people. I'm like, really? I just like to talk and so from that time, I started talking maybe like small groups, and that grew. I speak at women's conferences. We actually have inspirational, motivational speaking, and one faith-based. You can visit my YouTube channel to watch a lot of those. We actually have things on coaching as well, and the channel is Sabina Music Dominion TV. I sounded a little nasal. So Sabina Music Dominion TV. And you could listen to some of the messages. Sometimes it's just short clips that we have over there. But yes, I speak at women's conferences because I speak at youth conferences. I'm passionate about the youth because I believe they are the future leaders. And so my goal is just to help people to see that they are better than they usually think they are. And I can talk all day about that.
Now, can you talk a little bit about how GWBC got on your radar and what motivated you to get certified?
Oh, yes. So I think I was looking, one of the things that for Sabine DuPain consult we're looking at some government contracts and things like that. And I think in one of my research, I stumbled across GWBC. I was like, wait, what is this? And then I'd spoken to some other entrepreneurs that I know that I network with. And they said, look, you need to be a part of GWBC. It's a women certification program, and it helps you to get to meet, network with other people. And I was like, absolutely. So I jumped on it, and I believe it's a great platform because since I would say since I became certified, I've actually joined some webinars already that they host and that they have hosted. And it's everything from just, the recent one was, I believe, on I think suppliers, something to do with suppliers, but it's very, very informational. It's a great network. It helps, especially women entrepreneurs, find their feet, connect with other people. I believe in relationship capital, and also the certification, I would say, open doors. It opens doors. If businesses are looking for just a woman-owned business, maybe they have a percentage of work that they plan to give to women-owned businesses. That certification is key to help you get your foot in the door. So I believe it's a great, great, great network.
Now, before we wrap, I want to spend at least a few minutes discussing something that is very close to your heart, the Care for Africa International. Can you talk about your involvement there and what's the kind of mission behind that?
Absolutely, absolutely. So, Care for Africa International, it's really my heart. I would say this was a foundation that was started by my dad, and it was started overseas in Ghana, West Africa, and the goal was to help the people who are in vulnerable states, people who have challenges like being who are visually challenged or visually impaired in whatever ways, be it in hearing and all of that. And because of that, they don't have access to what everybody else has access to, but also for orphans and just people who are really, I would say, for the most part, ignored in society. And so what we do is we've had various campaigns where we make sure we give food. We have programs that would be rolling out soon in terms of educational programs. Again, I'm very passionate about the single mothers, the young ladies, those who don't have a way of feeding their families, because we believe as we create these programs for them, they learn a trade, they are able to pull up their bootstraps, they are able to now provide for their families. So a lot of what we do, a recent campaign, and we're actually working on another one right now in Uganda. It's different countries, in Ghana, in the US. We've done book drives where we are providing books, school supplies to those in lower income communities, and in Uganda as well, provided beddings, just the basic things, mattresses, clothes, shoes, what we're working on now. And we will share those on our webpage, which is Care for Africa, int.org. We would be sharing what we are working on now, which is provided. Again, we did a huge campaign on a book. I would say back to school supplies, not just books. So little things, shoes, socks, whatever, little items that these orphan kids would have. We are making sure that we are meeting that need. So it's really passionate. It's a real passion of mine, because I believe that whatever little that we all have, there's always something you can contribute to someone else that would put them in a better place and give them a better life.
Well, you are doing amazing work, and you're touching people in so many different areas. It is just really remarkable, and I can see why you'd be such a compelling motivational speaker. You're just an amazing woman doing amazing things. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Lee. Appreciate it.
Now, that one website for the business, sabinacoaches.com, from there they can kind of connect with you, and then from there they can have kind of conversations about all of this, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And by the way, I'd just like to share with everyone, I actually have a free gift for anyone who, whether they go to the YouTube channel or they go to sabinacoaches.com, make sure you get that free gift. This is my own special gift to you. It's going to be, I believe it's going to everybody who's grabbed it. They've been greatly impacted. So all you need to do is put in your details and you can download it for free. It's a new book I have, and it is the title is 5 Keys to Unleash Your Inner Confidence and Debunking the Imposter Syndrome, which is something we all deal with. So that's a motivator, I would say. Just go to sabinacoaches.com and you can grab your copy for free.
Good stuff. Well, thank you again for sharing your story. You're doing important work, and we appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me, Lee. I really appreciate it.
All right. This is Lee Cantor. We'll see you all next time on GWBC Open for Business.